Hi, I'm Natalie Ledwell. I'm the co-founder of MyMovies.com and best-selling author of Never in Your Wildest Dreams. And today, I'm going to be talking about powerful affirmations that dissolve your limiting belief around abundance. Now, what is a limiting belief? So a limiting belief is a belief that we take on when we're young, when we're a child, most of the time. So what you'll find is that normally between the ages of 2 and 6, when we're in predominantly theta brainwave activity, what happens is that we're sponges. So we absorb everything that's going on around us. You know, what our parents are saying, with different behaviors, what's happening at school. And then what happens is we start to tell ourselves a story about how we interpret or perceive that particular event. And then we store it in our subconscious mind as a limiting belief. You know, for me, I grew up in a family of 8 kids in a country town. And we weren't poor by any means, but we definitely were struggling when it came to, you know, to money. So what would happen is that I would see a lot of stress at home when it came to, you know, money. So for me, it was like, okay, money equals stress. You know, and I found that when I was an adult, what would happen is that when I was with my husband and we were talking about money, it would always end up being this really stressful conversation for no reason. And what I didn't realize is that I was subconsciously just emulating my parents' behavior. So there's a lot of common limiting beliefs that come up around money. I'm going to talk about a few of them today, and then I'm going to talk about some affirmations or share some affirmations with you that can counterbalance these particular limiting beliefs. Now, you may be familiar with some of these, you may identify with some of these, so let me know how you go with that. And if you do identify with any of these limiting beliefs, make sure that you leave a comment in the box below so we can see you know, how common these beliefs really are and how we're not alone in thinking these for ourselves. So the first one is money is really hard to earn. Now, for most of us, we've taken on this limiting belief because we saw our parents work really hard to earn the money that they did. And so by seeing that behavior, we believe that we also have to work hard to do that as well. And when you look at a lot of people, you know, or when you've had maybe in the past any kind of financial success, you've had to work really hard for it. But of course, when you're working with things like the law of attraction and with other success principles, you'll find that it's not that as hard as you think to be able to earn as much money as you want. So an affirmation that counterbalances that is money enters my life with grace, joy, and ease. So money enters my life with grace, joy, and ease. Okay, now the second limiting belief we're going to talk about today is that there's no such thing as an honest, rich person. Now again, you can probably go back to an event in your childhood where maybe your parents made a comment or people around you made a comment about how, you know, people who are financially successful must have done something dishonest to get there. You know, and because we work so hard to be able to make an honest living, how often have you heard that saying? We believe that if anyone got ahead or are more financially successful than us, that they must have done something illegal or something wrong to be able to get there, you know, which obviously is not the case. So an affirmation that counterbalances that is abundant people inspire me to elevate my own abundance. So abundant people inspire me to elevate my own abundance. I really like that one. Okay, now the third one I want to talk about today is that I don't deserve wealth. Now, I don't deserve or I'm not worthy are very common limiting beliefs that a lot of us have, which go across all of our different areas of life. It doesn't just apply to money, it applies to love, it applies to health, it applies to success. So a lot of us have this belief that, you know, we don't deserve to be as successful as other people because we're not as good as them. We don't belong in that, you know, rich set. And again, this is just a belief that I want to challenge you today. So with the affirmation that actually counterbalances this, that affirmation is, I am enough and I deserve more than enough. So I am enough and I deserve more than enough. So the next one that I want to talk to you about is a limiting belief is that money demands sacrifice. Now, this particular belief seems to be perpetuated a lot in movies and TV shows. You know, you often see the father depicted as working his, you know, butt off, but then, you know, when he comes home, you know, he spends very little time with his family. You know, that seems to be the running theme of a lot of different movies. And maybe you found this. Maybe you found that you don't have a balance in your life. You know, if you're working hard on your career or on your business, then often other things fall by the wayside, whether that's your social life, your family life, or whatever that is. Now that doesn't have to be the case. Again, that's just a belief, and sometimes we fall into a behavior that really validates that belief for us. So the affirmation that counterbalances that is the more abundance I attract, the easier my life becomes. So the more abundance I attract, the easier my life becomes. Okay, now number 5, limiting belief, and this is one that's actually quite common because it applies to money and success as well, is that no one will like me when I'm rich. And we have this feeling that if we change our success or who we are or the amount of money that we earn, that we'll lose touch with our friends or our social circle, or maybe even our family members, because we've got into this, different vibration that may not match the vibration of the people that we have around us. Maybe we're surrounded by people who play it safe, who like to just be in their safety zone. Maybe we're surrounded by people who are negative, and when they see our success, they're going to be jealous of it, or they'll judge us for it. Now, again, this is just a belief, and it's really not the reason to not be able to create success in your life. So the affirmation that counterbalances this is, as my wealth grows, so does my capacity to give and receive love. So as my wealth grows, so does my capacity to give and receive love. Okay, so the next one I want to talk about today, limiting belief, is that there's not enough money for everyone. Now, I remember on one of my coaching calls just recently, I was talking about this with one of our USM members. Because we want wealth, or because we're asking for money from the universe, or from God, or from whatever source you want to call that, just because we're asking for it doesn't mean that somebody else misses out. We live in an abundant universe, and there is enough for all of us to go around. So just because you want something doesn't mean that somebody else needs to go without. So there really is enough money for everyone. So the affirmation that counterbalances that is that I live in a prosperous world where everyone can be abundant. So I live in a prosperous world where everyone can be abundant. Okay, and number 7 is an interesting one, because it kind of ties into the whole I need to be in integrity, or I need to be honest to be able to earn money, and that is the more I earn, the more integrity I lose. Now, this kind of suggests that for you to get ahead, that you have to step on other people to get there. And again, this is just a belief that really isn't true, because when you are abundant and you are successful, you can raise everyone else around you to come to that level as well. We live in a world now where we are more collaborative than ever, that we're really sharing ideas, that we're helping each other out. So you don't have to lose your integrity to be able to create success and financial abundance in your life. So the affirmation that counterbalances this is, my life is aligned with the vibration of abundance and my deepest values. So my life is aligned with the vibration of abundance and my deepest values. Now the next one, and this is a really interesting one, it's I should just be grateful for what I have. Now the answer is yes. Be grateful for what you have and invite more in. It's not an either-or situation. Yes, of course you're grateful for what you have, but by doing that, you are allowing the flow or the connection to be opened between you and the universe for more things to flow in. So yes, be grateful, but not at the expense of being able to invite more abundance in. Okay, so the affirmation that will counterbalance that is, I am grateful for the opportunity to create. So I am grateful for the opportunity to create. So my name is Natalie Ledwell, and I hope that you enjoyed this video about the power of affirmations. Now remember, comment in the box below and share your perspective on subconscious programming and your limiting beliefs. And don't forget to subscribe to the My Movies YouTube channel for more videos on personal growth and of the law of attraction. So thanks for watching today, and bye for now.